June 12th, are you going to be in Singapore?
We'll see what happens. I mean, right now we're looking at it. We're talking about it. They're talking to us. We have certain conditions. We'll see what happens. But there's a good chance, and it would be a great thing for North Korea. If that happens, it'll be a great thing for North Korea. Most importantly, it would be a great thing for the world. So we'll see what happens.
Right, and you're okay with a phase-in of a denuclearization if confidence measures are required?
We're going to see. I'd like to have it done immediately. But, you know, physically, a phase-in may be a little bit necessary. It would have to be a rapid phase-in. But I'd like to see it done at one time.
As that soundbite was running, Newt Gingrich said, I think he's playing it exactly right. Former Speaker of the House, ran for president, got a book out coming June 5th. It's called Trump's America. Mr. Speaker, good morning.
Good to be back with you guys.
What do you mean he's playing it right?
Well, he'd like to do it. If it doesn't work out, we'll just keep the sanctions on. The problem is Kim Jong-un, not him. He's not panting heavily. He's not saying we have to get this done. What can I do to appease? The opposite of the Obama model with the Iranians, where Obama said, if I send you a couple billion in cash, will you like me more? Yeah. Trump's kind of saying, look, you want to come and meet? You want to have a chance for your regime to survive? Glad to talk to you. Mm-hmm. I'm a big guy.
He was saying
you don't want to do it? Fine with me.
He was saying originally, get rid of your nukes, then we'll sit down and talk.
All
and
at
now
once.
they're saying, right, now they're saying, no, we're not doing that. Now he's agreeing, the president, I guess it's part of the art of the deal, we will consider sitting down with them and the phase-in thing might work. What's more important, to do the phase-in so they get the meeting, or is it more important to get rid of the nukes and don't have the meeting?
Oh, I think unless the North Koreans insist that we give up the demand, it's better to have the meeting.
I agree.
And to say, I mean, first of all, North Korea has enough weapons aimed at Seoul, the biggest city in South Korea, that they could kill hundreds of thousands of people the first day without nuclear weapons. So you have to be very careful about a war. And that's the last thing you want. Trump has ratcheted up the pressure. He's made it very real. And I think I actually thought that Secretary Pompeo's speech about the Iranians was also aimed at the North Koreans. It was a very tough speech and said, basically, we're going to take apart your economy. And I think it's a reminder to the North Koreans. You don't want to play nice? Fine. We're a lot bigger than you. We won't play nice either.
If I could look at the subtlety a little bit there, too. A couple of days ago, he said, I think China, after that meeting in China, I don't think they're being helpful. He didn't go attack China. He mentioned it. And then Vice President Pence, hardly a rogue, comes out and says, that Libya model is always an option. And they came back and called him a political dummy yesterday. And the person making that statement is very tight with Kim Jong-un with his administration.
Well, I mean, look, here's the balancing problem he's got. They have a dictatorship which has dedicated its entire life to achieving nuclear weapons and trying to protect itself. So you have hundreds of people who literally have spent their entire lifetime doing this. And Kim Jong-un, and one of the people who commented to me, he may have a difficult time going to Singapore because he might not be allowed back in. I mean, he's
That's where that was concern in the South Korean newspaper. They said that he thinks it might be a coup if he leaves the country.
Yeah. So he can't say to the folks back home, everything you suffered for the last 40 years, I'm going to sign away Tuesday, but we're going to have really nice mint juleps while we do it, or a Singapore sling, I guess. And I think so. He's playing a dance too. I think there's a very simple yardstick here. Reagan used to say a Russian phrase: "Trust but verify." The history of these guys is distrust and really verify. But I think as long as you have Mattis and Pompeo and Bolton and Trump all moving in the same direction, and I agree with you, the idea that Pence, who's right down the hall, goes, oh, I think I'll go rogue.
That's not going to happen.
No. That was a very deliberate, just as I think Bolton's comment was deliberate, and also a reminder. Gaddafi, we're happy to work it out so you survive, but there are other options where you don't survive. You got to decide.
That's basically
the wheel of misfortune.
You got to decide which game
right.
you're on. I like that. That's good.
All right. Newt, thank you very much. His new book, Trump's America, comes out in about 2 weeks. You can pre-order it right now.
Thank you, sir.